illnesses are not your Sunday evening family dinner laugh. They are waking up in the middle of the night and scratching your own skin because you don't like being covered with it anymore. It's having unfamiliar voices in your head when you are afraid of strangers. It does not go away with a vacation out of town. In fact, it gathers its distant cousins like anxiety and bipolarity from wherever you go and makes them overstay their time. It does not give you time to grab hold of your sanity before it bombards you to pieces of mania, and it definitely does not think twice before holding you hostage in this own home of your body and robbing you of your peace. It makes your head feel like cable TV out of connection with an annoying beep that never ends. It's like having those tiny black and white mosquito-like patterns with the scratching sound etched behind your ear. Mental illness is hearing your best friend writing letters to you on one side of the door but not having the strength to get up and open it. Because you don't know what you would say. You don't know what she would hear. You are afraid of that awkward silence piercing through your chest and hanging you mid-air. You are afraid of that bully sitting on your shoulders, weighing you down, smashing you against your closet, telling you you're undeserving of love. But my mama and dada love me. They only love you out of responsibility. My best friend loves me. She can find a new bestie. My boyfriend loves me. He can find a new replacement and move on. And on the conversation goes, but that one word, replaceable, pins itself at the back of your mind like the typewriter keys hitting a fragile paper one by one by one. Soon, the word starts to seep into every happy memory like a tea bag, infusing its flavor in a warm cup of water. Soon, you can't remember what the water looked like anymore. Soon, your throat starts to feel like the handle of that teacup with the thread of the tea bag carefully wrapped around it. Soon, you can't breathe without a struggle and your face starts to turn a different color, and soon you finally become replaceable. Mental illnesses are like Harry's thoughts. Just because they're in my head, why should that mean that they're not real? Why should that mean that I am putting up drama to seek attention? My slit marks are not a cry for help. They are a cry of desperation. I want to somehow just get out of this body, so I keep giving openings to my skin with the hope that someday, along with this fluid, my soul might just run free. Please, I know you're trying to help even though you don't know how. I know you're worried that I might be out of my mind, but please try understanding that that is what I want. To be out of my mind because my mind does not feel like my home anymore. Please, don't be scared. Sit by my side, fight me to sit with you, and no matter how I react, tell me you will listen. Tell me you won't leave like everyone else. I don't need you to fight this monster for me. I have my prescriptions to help me do that by myself. I need you to hand me back my peace, piece by piece. I need you to believe in me on days when I cannot. I need you to remind me that I love the color turquoise because it reminds me of the infusion of the blue ocean and the green sky, or the green ocean and the blue sky, and that I love the different textures of stones. Hand me one maybe sometime. I will pelt my bully back with the things I love so it will know that I don't need others to love me if I can love myself enough, and the word enough will finally not be synonymous to almost. Differently abled person. What comes to your mind when I say differently abled person? Does the image look something like this? Abled person, does this image pop into your head? Or maybe something like this? Or maybe, just maybe, this. Yes. When the word differently abled person is spoke, a lot of people associate people with physical challenges or maybe extreme mental difficulties as a differently abled person. While it's true that the differently abled community comprises of physically challenged people, they only make up one half of the community. The other half is mostly either forgotten, ignored, or disregarded. I'm talking about the mentally ill individuals. According to a 2001 report by WHO, 1 in 4 people in the world will be affected by mental or neurological disorders at some point in their lives, and around 450 million people currently suffer from it, placing mental disorders among the leading causes of ill health and disability worldwide. And this is just one statistic. According to CDC, NHP, and WHO combined, these are some of the other facts. Let's start globally. 1 billion people in the world are differently abled. 1 out of 6 children born in the US currently suffer from developmental disorders. Taking things into perspective of India, 130 million people need clinical intervention in their lives. And 56 million Indians have depression, and another 38 million have anxiety. So many people being differently abled and disordered and diseased, and only 1 psychiatrist for every 4 lakh people. Isn't that an amusing fact? Even after all of these resources and reports being available at a hand's length distance from us for the past 17 years, because these reports were published in 2001, for the past 17 years we have been ignorant of the fact that mental health disorders exist. We still refuse to accept that they are real. It is because of this ignorance and stigma and stereotype that my co-founder's parents struggled to figure out his physical disorder for years and get him therapy. For struggling for 9 whole years with a physical disorder called dyspraxia, my co-founder came up with the idea of MyChild App that we together incorporated in 2015. MyChild App is an Android app that helps parents figure out the developmental disorders in the children up to 2 years of age with the algorithms that track the growth and development of their child and helps them figure out if their child has a developmental delay. Once the screening is done, and if there happens to be a developmental disorder or a developmental delay in the child, the app then helps the parents to figure out which particular area of their growth is affected. It can be physical, neurological, or sensory. So the app then guides the parents to do what needs to be done, and then guides them through articles and screening and doctors. Currently, the app is used by more than 18,000 people in more than 148 countries, and that's amazing. Only 2 years into functioning, we realized we were addressing a problem that people did not yet recognize. They did not believe that it existed. And this belief was confirmed when in early 2017, I started showing signs of depression. And even after getting a diagnosis of clinical depression and high functioning anxiety, those around me somehow just did not believe that it was real. I was asked to go on a vacation and take a break because it just seemed to be in my head. I would like to quote Dumbledore from my poem here. Just because it's in my head, why should that mean that it's not real? I say it's important to acknowledge and address because it's in my head, because our brain is a vital organ of our body, and if that stops functioning, there's not much the rest of our body can do on its own. So, following this thought, in 2017, we founded We Included. We Included was founded with the purpose of raising awareness about the physical and mental health challenges that people face through the medium of stories of those that know what it's like to live with a disorder. Since the aim of the app was to create an inclusive community of people who understand mental and physical health challenges, we not only reached out and included those that had a disorder, we also reached out to those that did not have a disorder, so that they understand what it's like to live with one. We break down the complex medical jargon into simple, understandable terms, so that everyone understands it on a very basic level. Because what good is information if it comes jumbled up into complex sentences? Currently, we have included everyone on the platform, and since our aim is to reach out to all age groups, we publish content that is interactive and that is inclusive of all sorts of people. So we publish articles, poems, short conversational videos, and expressive art. Currently, this platform we included is used by more than 200,000 people per month across the globe, across all social medias, and it gets more than 19 to 20,000 views per month. Our aim is to break the stigma, the stereotype that physical and mental health challenges hinder the growth of a human being. So many differently abled people are deprived of equal opportunities just because of their illnesses. We want to educate people, and we are trying to educate people so that they learn to listen before they judge, and that they create an inclusive community where there is no judgment, where people can come, communicate, and understand the other side of the story. I understand it's not easy. I understand we ourselves cannot bring this change single-handedly, but I also know that one small step at a time can collectively make a huge difference, because abilities will always matter more than the disorders and the disabilities. Thank you.